Apparently, I didn't save the recording that I did at first, and now that I see this little timer at the right hand side, I can try this yet again. Anywho, welcome. Glad you're here. We have an interesting article here from Mr. Mike Straw. Yeah, he's awesome. Anywho, disc editions make up 82% of all PS5 console sales. Disc editions of the PlayStation 5 make up majority of the console sales in the United States. According to the latest data, 82% of the lifetime sales of the PS5 are those with a disc drive. That puts digital-only consoles just at 18% of the total sales. And then Sony has made a push in recent years for players to move to a digital-only version of the system. Not only does the company charge less for the digital-only PS5, but the new, improved, awesome, same CPU having PS5 Pro comes in a digital version. In order to play discs, you'll have to buy a disc drive that's sold separately, adding to your costs by quite a lot, I might add. That said, it appears so far at least players are okay with spending a little extra, spending $80 extra on the option to play physical media on their console. And while digital-only future seems likely for games, it doesn't look like gamers are ready to fully go that route yet. So, we also have some more interesting tidbits. And this right here was, looks like September 2024 saw digital PS5 sales make up 40% of new sales of the month. I actually thought that would be much higher. On the Xbox side of things, Xbox Series X has surpassed the Xbox Series S in terms of total unit sales as of September 2024. The Series X has a slim 51% majority over the cheaper Series S in the US. I'm very surprised with that. I was usually told that the Series S was really their bread and butter in terms of what really sells. It's an awesome console. It's cheap. It sucks that it's all digital and that, but it definitely is much cheaper than the X. But anywho, that is pretty much it of this right here. And to add my 13 cents into this, issue is with this whole PS5 Pro is that they charge you and tax to get what you had in the original PS5. But they swear up and down that this PS5 is the most powerful, the best version of the PS5 that you can possibly get. It cannot be the best version if they don't give you the complete version. Knowing people who move over from this console, up to this console here, and wants to trade in their PS5s for this damn system with the same goddamn CPU. A 10% boost, which there will be not many games that you're really going to see a boost, at least that are CPU intensive. It is literally a bottleneck. That's really what it is. 10% ain't doing nothing. Hell, you can increase these damn CPUs on these systems you already got by 10%. But anywho, there's some good that will come out of it, I'm pretty sure. But $700 is steep, not to mention with your tax, and not to mention with your disk drive. And look, you're damn near paying. I know a lot of people will say PC prices. I'm just going to say you're paying damn near $1,000. That's you're paying. Not to mention the games that they have showcased does not really show much. All you've shown me that it's a glorified performance. It's the benefits of performance with fidelity, which is nice, but is it worth the $700? And assuming that you trade in your PS5 at the GameStop or whatever, fine. Is it worth the $200? I've seen some trade-ins go for $500 or something like that, which is actually pretty good. But is it worth you doing all that? So that's just my 13 cents with this right here. I do think when the PS6 does come out, it's not going to offer a disk drive. They will not have two different versions. If they do have two different versions, it's going to deal with the amount of storage that you have. They are not going to have two different versions now. Or maybe they somehow try to go the Xbox Series kind of route where there's a difference between the two consoles, but they're not going to give a disc drive. Because that's all that, I mean, they're basically saying it without saying it. When these head honchos at the the PlayStation little, company and shit, decided not to give you a disc, somebody had to have asked, hey, shouldn't we include a disc drive? Oh, no, it's okay. The players can go ahead. They can spring extra for that. The next thing you know, you got Bama's doing FOMO now, trying to get a disc drive. And instead of it being $80, you see it on eBay for like $120. Like that's not the way you should be valuing your customers. And certain companies are not made to lead. In my opinion, Sony is not made to lead. They're not made to be the top company in terms of the big three and all that shit. They're not. Because they don't know how to manage being up there. They used to know how to do it. They used to have decent exclusives. And I ain't going to say, people can think what they want when it comes to exclusives. I like exclusives. I think it makes the system unique. And I know there's other things that do. But I'm just saying, at the very least, they had games they created that were different, that were interesting. And now, look at us. It took us damn near 4 years to get a new Ghost game that'll come out possibly next year. It is too long that we have to wait for sequels to these games. I remember when development time used to be like 2 years, and I know stuff has changed, but my point is that there is nothing like really that they have released recently that is interesting on that type of thing. Used to be when, I used to get the PS4 and stuff. Oh, hey, man, they got Infamous. They got Second Son. They got Order 1886, even though I know that wasn't really reviewed the best. It's something different. It's a way to broaden, your portfolio of games. So it's just really interesting to see that a lot of stuff that they did on the PS5, PS4 gen when they was releasing, pretty decent kind of exclusives or decent Sony-made games, because apparently exclusives ain't the best thing. Decent Sony-made games, they did. And now we don't have that anymore. One of my favorite games of that generation was Detroit Become Human. It was a very interesting game. It's something. Like, they need to broaden their games that they make. And it needs to not take so much time. And not to mention, I'll just put this out here, GTA 6 shouldn't have taken as long as it did. Elder Scrolls shouldn't take that long either. There's no reason why these games are like 10 plus something years old. You can say that people play them all day, and that's fine, but it's just some wild stuff, dude. I never thought I'd be in 2024 over here saying, oh boy, I can't wait for the next Elder Scrolls. Or I can't wait for the next Grand Theft Auto 6. After Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, in 2012? That's ridiculous. Anyway, just my 13 cents. Thank you guys very much for listening.